Hi everyone. The Vedanta share prices got significantly lower. So it's a very natural questions that the investors and traders are coming up that is it a investable opportunity from a long term? And no doubt about it that it is a fundamentally strong company. But the kind of pressure which they are actually ongoing now is not because of their business driven work. Rather, I see that it is a pretty external. We don't see anything wrong with the Indian listed companies, but those companies has a parent company called Vedanta Resources, and that Vedanta Resources is having a pressure because they had recently borrowed over 11 to 12 billion dollar. And if you see in last 3 years they've taken a significant borrowings from various sources. But 3 years before, the interest rates were pretty low, but now the interest rates are pretty high, and they are in a kind of financial pressure. But in order to handle the apparent company pressure, some of the subsidy companies were started supporting towards it, and the parent company took a decision why not to sell off the one of their arm, which is Hindustan Zinc, to another other Vedanta Group Indian listed company at a different price to take that money to pay off a portion of the loans. But Hindustan Zinc is significantly owned by the government of India, and government of India didn't like that particular deal, and so there is a door getting locked. So as a result, I want everyone to understand that the it is true that the Vedanta Group is actually undergoing the financial pressure, and the dates are around the corner. I think towards the month end, I mean the March month end, they will be in the position to answer most of the banks. And the worst case is that Vedanta shares, the Vedanta promoters shares has been 100% pledged. So what happens if the apparent company is not paying it well because their 100% of the shares been pledged in the Indian listed company? So if any bank, be it international banks or local banks, if anybody is exercising to sell those shares, it's very natural that a significant load is expected in Indian market. Remember, a be it Adani Group or a be it even today, there is a talk about a Zeal Entertainment is getting tagged as a potential candidate for insolvency. This is how the external pressures can actually dominate the company if their debt levels are quite high. And unfortunately, the Vedanta parent company has taken a significant loan, and by pledging the Vedanta shares, the promoter holding here would take the price for granted. So as a result, if any banker starts selling the shares, then they can actually go down here. But unlike a Zeal or unlike Adani Group, we see some interesting investable opportunity because they have a real business. Okay, and on the other way around, their business nature is quite cyclical, but still it looks a lot more appealing. But to talk about the investable opportunities, we can talk about in a very separate video, because I don't want to put everything in a one video in a way that the purpose of the video gets lost. But a lot of people want to know what's happening around Vedanta and why the price are getting lower. Will this price get further lower? To answer that particular question, think about it. If you had borrowed money, and if you're not able to pay that, then the bank will naturally sell the assets what you pledged. Unfortunately, the Vedanta promoters have pledged the Vedanta shares as a collateral to actually buy, to take the loans. And if they are not paying things on a timing note, so very likely that the bank tends to sell, and that sell could further make the price to get lower. So if you are an existing shareholder of Vedanta, I strongly recommend to consider some hedging practices to protect the downside risk and plan your strategies wisely. And if you want to know whether this particular company becomes an investable opportunity or not, or by any chance, if you're an existing shareholder, if you're looking at what price to average the stock at further lower, do check out our next video, which will be again in 1 or 2 days. We will be posting it by presenting some of those numbers. But if you want to be informed, make sure that you enable the notification. Just by subscribing our channel, you may not be notified with every video, because YouTube has a practice of notifying only if someone wants to be notified. So make sure that you hit the bell button and enable all notifications so that you don't miss our notifications. And if you like this particular video, responsibly made it really well with you, so do hit the like button and share us, so that we get motivated by seeing this video around. Everyone gets benefited out of it. Thanks for watching this particular video. Soon I will post the next video, why or what, when to invest in Vedanta. Hope to see you in this next video. Thank you.